Hello and welcome back once more to our co-op campaign on Fallen Samurai. With me is Mizuma.
Hey there, guys. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello? Is this thing working?
Is my mic on? Massive feedback, like that super loud, like... Anyway. I think I didn't have much to do. I guess I could check out this place with my boat again. Ooh, it looks like they... I don't know, maybe they're in the forest, but it looks like they defended against the incoming army. The Awaji, or Awaji Samoto are building a larger army now. They no longer have just 5 units, which is probably good for them.
Is it still their daimyo in there?
Yes.
I can't see anymore.
Yeah, it's their daimyo, and I can see 1 saber calf. So they're building up a little bit further. They got a cadets. Wait, how have they got 4 units? They got a fortress. Is that the second tier? Yeah, it's a stronghold. Alright, they actually will be an annoying faction to take out. I gotta make sure I have enough units defending as well by the time they come over. I can send out 2 units now, so let's send out these 2 this way towards Awa. Yeah, I gotta min-max everything here. And well, actually I'm not recruiting anything anymore because I was building something instead, but building buildings to get me some extra income, and then I'll be able to afford a few more units. And because I have a decent income now, I just don't want to spend all of it on units, because then I won't be making any more money. Gotta work on that economy.
I gotta get 2 more towns, and then I can have those problems.
Well, 1 town is coming soon for you, I think. Oh my god, that fucking Saga army, that's right near you as well now.
Yeah.
They seem to have skipped past one of the towns from the Fukuoka to go for the other one for some reason.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Of all the Okas, the fuck you Oka are the least well-liked.
See, there's that army I was telling you about. I don't know if they're going to be able to actually join you, though, because you're not allied to each other. You're just both at war with the same person.
Well, let's see if they sally. They probably won't sally if it's the case that I get them as reinforcements.
Yeah, that would be unlikely. Nope, they're not doing it.
My Ishin Nishishi increases in rank. Let's drop in here real quick. Well, let's level them up first. Guys that we're going to lose when we go to Republic. Do I want campaign line of sight? I kind of don't. In fact, I never want campaign line of sight unless both the choices are campaign line of sight.
In which case, I'll take the larger campaign line of sight.
So look at this. I do get to pull him in as a reinforcement. A little bit of a cheeky move on our part.
Oh, you should just like fight the battle and then actually not play it. Just watch your AI, your friends get murdered.
Just let the computer AI do it all for me. We could do that, but I don't think we're about cheating. Unless we're about cheating. Are we about cheating?
It's up to you. The only thing is, I would say, is that if you take this town now, their army gets thrown back towards their own town, which means they won't die, because they're probably your only stop between the Saga and yourself. And the Saga's got a fucking gigantic army coming.
But if I throw them back into their province, are they guaranteed to lose? I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Wow, Donkey always thinking 1 step ahead. Look at that. This is why you watch this guy, man.
The strategic gamer in me.
Donkey viewers, this is what you're getting. You're getting the guy who thinks the next step ahead. I'm having problems spazzing out, and
I'm having problems thinking back what I did last turn.
Yeah. So this is what you guys get. That being said, though, I don't think I'm ever going to get a better shot to auto-resolve this.
Yeah, that's what I would probably do.
My concern is that units at 82 out of 200...
Yes, that's what I'm also concerned with. You could potentially merge that one with one other one, so you've only got a 94 low. But I'll leave that choice up to you.
Well, let's get a little bit...
What is it? How far is it in your favor, the auto-resolve?
Super far.
Yeah, it should be fine then. That said, line infantry always get this massive boost in the auto-resolves, even if it doesn't actually show it.
Sorry here, guys. I'm trying to do... Would I ever lose both of them? I don't think the answer's... I don't think the answer is yes. So you know what, guys? We're just gonna
There's only one way to find out.
we're gonna cast the die, as Caesar would say. Auto resolve.
Oh,
Yeah, fuck you, Shogun 2. Really? Honestly, fuck you.
Oh, it could have been worse.
Yeah,
See, yeah, they're back in their own territory now. So they might actually... They will survive once the Saga take their town. Actually, they would have anyway, because they had 2 towns. But regardless, at least they're closer now to deal with that problem. And you've got yourself a bungo.
I've got a cadet school here.
Ooh.
It's going to be a while before I get that upgraded gunsmith going or any sort of other thing. I'm thinking about keeping the cadet school just right now so I can spam some line infantry closer to my front line here. Because otherwise, what do? I destroy this build and inn. You know what? My income's less than 1,000, so... Yeah, sorry, cadet school. Well, you know what? Let's be a little cheeky about this. I don't know why I keep saying cheeky. Let's let this go a turn. I'll recruit 1 line infantry up here, and then I'll destroy it. What's 1 turn?
How cheeky.
Yes, exactly. What's 1 turn, right?
Less than 2 turns, I'll tell you what.
Exactly. Now, recruitment-wise, I would like to get this back up to 4 units, just because it gives me peace of mind. And we're turtling along here. One thing I didn't look at, how happy is Bungo? Apparently I can't click it from distance. They're 1 right now, but... Okay, so that's 0. That's 1 again. That's 5. And 12. So I'm at a net -7 for the time being. Well, alright. We'll sit here for a little bit.
Autumn. Alright. Minus 12 generated. Oka are dead. People who paid me handsomely for some cheeky trade. Or a cheeky peace even. Can you declare war on some people over there and then I can get peace with them for money?
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah. You're welcome. Why don't we just go Dutch on it every time it happens, Mark?
Oh. Are you offending my people?
No, I'm telling you that your people are very pragmatic about dating and the cost of meals.
I hate those kind of peoples. Them folks.
The pragmatic,
disgusting Dutch people. Always so cheap. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed to be Dutch.
But the thing is, honestly, I will tell you that I never took the Dutch to be cheap. I always looked at it more as just pragmatism. The funny thing is, with all my time in the UK, I lived there for guys. It was always the Scots who were reputed to be cheap. So when you say like, oh, you know, I don't like being thought of as cheap, in my mind, I just keep thinking about the Scots. But that's a UK kind of bias.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And I'll tell you honestly, I mean, unless you're some really rich dude in Val d'Isere who's got, some aristocratic background, I found most people in Europe aren't really, are a little bit more on the pragmatic, thrifty side in like the good connotation of the word. Not cheap, but certainly, the history post-World War II of the nations of Europe versus America is a little bit different in terms of spending habits. So kind of that's my anthropological look at it or experience, having traveled around a bunch and lived a bunch. But I don't know.
Listen to this smart guy.
I do live in a former Dutch city.
Yeah,
Mr.
New
Donkey.
Amsterdam. I know.
I do, yeah.
Worst mistake the Dutch have ever made.
I think you really didn't have a choice was the problem. The English sailed in with like 50 gunboats and were kind of like, hey, so you know how that thing that used to be yours that you're holding onto right now? Yeah, it's kind of no longer yours.
Yeah.
So, again, pragmatism. It's funny though because yeah, I mean New York City, formerly New Amsterdam, was the seat of New Holland, New Netherlands, over here in the New World, sandwiched right between English colonies in Virginia and kind of the Middle Atlantic, and of course the Massachusetts Bay Colony. So, if the Dutch had been a little bit more forward thinking, they would have seen that one coming.
Hindsight is 2020.
Well, yeah, sure. Sure, says Mr. Sour Grapes. Do you have that expression in
Sour
Dutch?
Grapes?
You just know it from the English version.
What, like hindsight is 2020?
No, sour grapes is when you're basically bitching about, I should have done this. I could have.
Oh no, yeah.
Ooh, I didn't want to win anyway. That's actually strictly speaking the kind of sour grapes comment.
Right.
All right, here you go, guys. Here's what we just weaseled our way into. Was one extra line infantry. And we'll keep that around another turn, and then we'll build an inn. These guys are replenishing. Let's see here. 4 turns, 6 turns. Oh, what is wrong with you guys? Anything I can do to get better replenishment? I think I already did the research tree thing that gives me that. Or I don't have it available because I'm not modern enough. It's somewhere in here. Well. Whatever, guys. I'm handing the turn over to you,
Dang.
Mr. SmartDonkey.
When are you gonna take ego?
We're gonna go to the border. Provided happiness is acceptable.
Acceptable happiness.
People start
Fuck you, Yama, are dead.
The fuck you, Yama?
Fuck you,
Oh,
Yama.
the Fukuyama. Yeah. Apologize to any Japanese viewers that are watching this.
Luckily, I haven't got too many of those.
Murdering of the Japanese language. I feel like as a non-native speaker, you should never have to apologize for being bad in someone else's language. Right? It's just kind of like, look, I clearly don't speak your language as a native. Everyone makes fun of people with accents. Ergo, it's not a serious slight against someone when I murder your language.
Yeah, I never really understand when people are like, it's actually pronounced... It's like, yeah, but... I mean...
Well, so, since we're going to make generalizations, like... In America, I never say France or Paris. I say Paris.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like names of cities and stuff. You can try to use Mexico, but you don't say Mexico, do you? You say Mexico.
No, yeah, true.
I think they'd be more offended if you say Mexico instead of Mexico. Honestly, I don't know, but that's
it's a weird crossover there. There's like a fine line between like. I am clearly not a native of the place of which I'm trying to say, and I'm a pretentious douchebag who tries to show that I can say Paris. Like, Mr. SmartDonkey, I was in Paris for a weekend, recently, so that was fun, Yeah. Jesus. And I wouldn't even bother with the Dutch because it would just be offensive to both of us.
My game just crashed.
Your game crashed.
Yeah.
What does that imply for us?
Technical difficulties. We'll be right back after these messages.
There you go. There's that. And I feel like we're picking on the Japanese here, but there's that whole pillow, like life-size pillow with a face and drawing on it. There's that whole weird like. Pillow fetish of a young girl kind of thing in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I would be super, super disturbed if you're like, hey, Mizuma, meet my girlfriend. I'm like, that's a pillow, right, dude?
No, this one's flesh and blood, thankfully.
No, but you know, like there's always there'd be that awkward moment, like I've heard so much about you, and yet I didn't hear everything.
He strangely left out all the physical parts, and now I understand why. Right, we're back. Game crashed for some unknown reason. I believe I've done everything that I did just now. Although I was looking at, this is where it crashed for some reason. I was looking at who to trade with. Everyone was saying no, or might be able to come to an agreement, and then they said no afterwards. So I don't know if I should even keep trying this because it was making my game crash. Someone would probably do it for enough money, but I haven't got that much money, so there goes that idea. Alright,
sending 8 troops over to Operation Awaji.
Yeah, the reinforcements are finally arriving now that I can move units out of my towns.
Oh, I didn't even see there's a 9th one coming in from EO. Look at that.
They're
Meanwhile,
all converging.
On Kyushu, we are waiting to take an unprotected Higo from the Kumamoto. I'm not 100% sure why they're being so stupid, for lack of a better word. But
moronic.
Anyway.
Alright.
The one little... Oh, sorry. I was yeah.
Oh, yeah, go on.
No, I was saying the one little glitch that... And I don't know how you deal with this better, but every time you go into a town and you have to move out, you have to move all your agents. I remember one time you complaining about that, and I was like, it seems like a small thing. And then, you know, a few more 100 hours into the game, I'm like, why do I have to remember to do this every single time?
You mean if you move out an army and you want your agents in the army?
Right, which is vital if you've got high-level foreign veterans who...
Yeah. The most annoying thing I find about that is that your ninja or shinobi will speed up movement, but the thing is you have to move your army out of the town first to put them in there. And whenever you move them only a tiny bit rather than the full way, your army, for some reason they move a little bit of movement. I always notice that. So you move your army out a tiny bit, then you put the shinobi in, and then you're basically down to this, or up to the same amount of movement because you lost some movement from just not going your full movement.
Yeah, it doesn't. The math and the stacking don't work for some reason.
Yeah.
So there's yes is my answer.
Yeah, it's a shame they never made it so you can just add the agents into the actual army right away. It's a minor thing, as you said, but it's one that could have been done much better. But here we are, what, 5 or 6 Total War games later, and pretty sure you still can't actually, so...
Yeah, I feel like they just don't care.
Hey, maybe Total War 3 Kingdoms. Does that even have agents? I don't, because I know you can use any hero or any like lord basically can become a spy, but are there actual like agents too? I don't think there are, but I'm not sure.
Alright, the important here is that my Yarikachi get a little healthier. How can I check if my castle is buffing replenishment? I guess I can move them out, right?
Yeah, that's what I tend to do. Just see if the number changes at all. But it looks like you're getting some pretty trashy replenishment on those Yarikachi here.
They actually replenish faster outside of the, unless I click the wrong unit, but it certainly doesn't look like it's any it doesn't look like it's any benefit to being in the game.
It's the same, yeah, because in Bungo it's 16 and outside it's also 16.
Alright, so I can take repression. If effective units are removed, 10. Okay. So really, I have 6 more to play with. Is anything going up? Resistance invaders is going down. So I really have 7 to play with. And I'm not getting any boost, and it's not spring. Let me check my clan management. Yeah, okay. So I got 7 to play with. So who's staying behind? Well, some of the crappy levies staying behind, that's for sure. Yeah, as I feared. -3. That really chaps me because they just built a huge. I don't know if you saw a rather sizable force just appeared in Higo. So plus change plus mem shows we are not going anywhere at present. All right. Well, sorry, fans of Mizuma 10,000, which is me and one other. We're gonna turtle a little bit.
There is a pretty large army there. It's unfortunate timing because they've been away for a long time. All right, everyone, keep moving.
Wow, though there's a weird development up here in Buzin. That Saga army we were looking at seems to have disappeared.
Ooh. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Does it mean anything?
I do not know.
Do you know?
Were they defeated in the field by the Fukuokas?
I think they just went west towards Hizen. Or maybe, I don't know. Who are they at war with? Let's have a look. Saga. They are at war with the Tsushima Fuchu, who are some island to the north. The Aizu. What the fuck? How are they at war with the Aizu?
Literally on the other side of Japan, guys.
What the fuck? They're over here in
That's
Fukushima. Alright, anyway,
that's a good one, though. Like, hey, we won't be overlapping geographically at least 2 years, but yeah, here's the news. We hate you. We're at war.
Don't worry about it for a while, but at some point I'll show up on your doorstep with an army.
Yeah. FYI, go fuck yourself, buddy. We're at war. But also FYI, you got about 2 years to worry about it.
Go and get yourself prepared.
Exactly.
Anyway, so they're at war with this Fukuoka and the Kumamoto. So they could have gone towards the Kumamoto town that you might be thinking about taking.
Which would be nice if they dealt with this Kumamoto army. And then I could sneak in behind them, pull a donkey, and just sneak in behind.
Is that known as the donkey? Pull a donkey.
It is. Yeah, it is. You don't read a lot of your comments in your videos.
Oh, there they are.
And
new merchandise design. Pull a donkey.
Exactly.
Oof, that's going to be a battle of the titans.
That is going to be interesting.
If anything, they're going to weaken each other a lot, and you might be able to.
Yes, they are.
Take benefit of that.
In chaos, opportunity. I feel like that should be in this game my adopted Shimazu clan's motto.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting there. Funny though that you wouldn't think of it that the colonial influences of the Netherlands are still around in a bunch of different places.
Yeah,
non-clan allegiance is going up. Interesting, but resistance to invaders is going down. So, thank you, game.
Yeah, that non-clan allegiance will go down once it reaches.
Net zero, what, 50%?
Well, no, it's going to go up, like, every 10% it gets 1 point. So it's currently going up by 1 per turn until it reaches 7, because you have 72.3% pro-Shogun. And then once your pro-Shogunate goes down, it will go down again with it.
Okay. So... Wait, doesn't non-clan allegiance max out at 4? Is that the one that maxes out at 4?
No, it maxes out at whatever your non-clan allegiance is.
Oh, we could go 10, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, except you have 72.3% pro-Shogun now, so
so right now it's 7. Right now it's 7, but theoretically, if you take over someplace...
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, gotcha.
But it never happens because you immediately start converting it over, and it starts from 0, it goes up very slowly. It's kind of a weird mechanic. It should have just started the max, but then I guess the game would be super unbalanced. Yeah. Every town would constantly rebel.
Imperial versus Shogun, it's going up 4.5%, so... that's gonna take a while. That's good, though. We're still replenishing. I'm building cash. I need to get that second construction slot open in Satsuma. Since we're here now for a while, let's see. What's the upkeep on that? 122. I'm making 6. Now, I don't really want another... Alright, so let's do what we talked about a good 4 turns ago. And that is the... I think that's really the excitement of what's going on. Is my geisha buffing anything in the city? No. Literally, she's level 0 and has no skills and traits. She's getting experience, so leave her as is. Do I want another geisha? I don't think I do. These guys will get there in now 2 turns. That's good news. These guys are floating around here. That's 2 happiness. Sorry, just going through my checklist. 4 happiness. Turn done.
Dang, son. Alright, my army is actually kind of arriving now. I think next turn we're going to go on the offensive.
See, if anything, guys, if you know, if some of our community here who watches Donkey like I do, this is precisely what I'm talking about in terms of the rationale behind the Choshu campaign. Is you can see I'm a little bit more cautious and turtley just by nature, whereas Donkey is far more aggressive and willing to move out faster, and it really stems from confidence in manually fought battle tactics. So I prefer to get things to where it's almost always an auto-resolve, Frank. I do like fighting the battles. You know, from observation, Donkey's pretty good, even in a balanced conflict bar, whereas for me, an even conflict bar is just that. It's a 50-50 shot. Like, I'm not that bad. I mean, it's a 60-40 that I'll win, but 40 is still a big chunk that I don't like to assigning randomly. But anyway, that would be part of the rationale behind the Choshu campaign, and there were a lot of specific things that Donkey and I agreed might happen, but didn't want to get bogged down in those details.
Yeah, I was looking just now, actually. I was going through the encyclopedia and looking at the level ups of the town, just like the town basic. Because you said, like, for example, build, I don't know, it was a number, I think, like 5 prefectures or something, a couple of prefectures. Which, by the way, cost 14 fucking grand. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
and the upkeep on them is, I think, big too. But the prefectures...
That's the building, I mean, like the large town, or the town upgrade, all the way to the max.
Yeah, the prefecture and the Star Fort. So the cool thing is, when I get to the late game and I'm really trying to finish out the campaign, Donkey's already been done by probably 10, maybe more turns. So he doesn't really ever experience the Star Fort. And the power of the Star Fort is, if you sit 4 decent infantry units, or 4 decent... Wow, they got crushed.
Lost. Wow.
4 different, just 4 various ranged units. You get 8 spawned in defense of the city. So, late game, you can really fend off almost, any invasion just by having a Star Fort and, a bunch of other military buildings contributing to the spawn defensive forces. Again, the point being, I'm slower and not as good, so I generally have to rely upon those things. So
yeah, but nice to experience stuff like that.
Well, because it's a cool part of the game that you just don't see because you're already done. No, I mean, Frank, no, that was really the whole reason because actually, I will tell you honestly, what it really was. I remember one time I asked you whether carbine cavalry were better than revolver cav, and there are trade-offs to both.
Yeah.
You prefer the revolver cav because to wait for carbine cav where you are in your progress really is kind of silly. I then did a bunch of tests, and revolver cav, despite the longer reload time, balanced out by the longer range, carbine cav fully upgraded are actually beasts, like significantly beastly. So that was really what it all started out with, and I was like, well, Donkey doesn't understand to get to late, or in the much later game than he's used to. Carbine cav on the flanks sitting there are really quite effective. You got to micromanage them just like you have to with any cavalry, but they're actually a lot better. In my opinion.
No, I definitely I believe you. It's just the recruitment requirements being higher, and then at that point, my armies are already on the other side of Japan. Basically,
yeah, you're already running downhill, and you've got experienced good armies as it is.
Yeah,
so
like that's the
your
problem with
Total
War in general. It's like at a certain point, you don't need better armies anymore. You just need more armies essentially to make sure you don't lose anything. Yeah. So you just get like Revolver Cav are insane as they are. Like I'm sure there are like the Carbine Cav could be better, but like it's like, well, I don't need better units. I just need more units essentially. Just pump them out.
And you're not going to stop at that point in time.
No, and be like, okay, I'll wait here
for units.
Yeah, exactly, to replace the units that are already really good. That's the problem I tend to have. So yeah,
I feel that. No, I feel that way too. When you get, when you've got line infantry, and if you've done a significant number of battles, and you've got, maybe four experience or 5 experience, or maybe even more light infantry, and there's just no way in my mind I'm not going to replace them with Republican Guard, Republican Infantry, Republican Guard Infantry, or just, anything else. I'm really trying to get the French Marines this time around in my run. But, there's no, I feel bad. I'm like, well, you've done a good job and you got to 5 or 6 experience, but, Republican Infantry are just better, and I have them, so guess who's getting replaced,
Yeah.
But anyway,
right. I will end this, or I'll end my turn and then let it be the end of the episode. I would have ended it here, except I got 2 events that popped up, and if I were to,
you wouldn't get them back.
Yeah, I wouldn't get them back, which would suck. So, Geisha lady, why don't you? I got a geisha in here. Yeah, let's get you to Sanuki. And this army, can I get out of here fully? I basically can, although we have got more modernization unhappiness incoming, so I have to recruit a unit. I can put him in there, that's fine. Right, army, let's get a move on, shall we? I'm gonna go here, and in 2 turns I'll take attrition, which would not be preferable. Ooh, if there's a ship there, I could be very fucked.
Oh, you could be blocked from getting to Awaji?
Yeah, alright, well, I'm good. So next turn we attack Awaji. I will be taking attrition then as well, but there's a chance that they'll sally out, which would be great. My development level is also increased, so I'm actually not going to go for Consular. No, I'll still go for Consular Court, because I need the... Actually, should I go for... Wait, ooh, +1 to Daimyo's Honor. I could certainly do with that right now, actually. Let's make a small detour.
Yeah, Mr. Betrayer. Yeah.
Mr. Betray Donkey.
Yeah.
Mr. Betronky. Oh, that's the clan bonus. That's pretty good as well, though. Now, let's get the honor first. We have to suck it up. I need an extra unit basically everywhere now, because I just got modernization and we're all a little bit less happy about that. I do believe it decreases the cost of these units, doesn't it? It does indeed, by a tiny, tiny bit. Right, anyway. No diplomacy unless someone wants to trade with me, which is unlikely. I could have a cheeky peek. It keeps coming down to might be able to come to an agreement, which just isn't there. Because when the enemy says that, they can't really get to an agreement. Alright, screw it. Actually, wait. What about you guys? Nope, might be able to come to an agreement. Right, so I'll end the turn. And then I think we'll end the episode there. Once it's gotten to your turn. We'll have to redo the end turn next time. And possibly things might change, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I just leave the caveat if I get any super cool events.
Oh yeah, then you can do yours as well. Yeah,
but I doubt that's going to happen. It was interesting to see that the Kumamoto, after beating the saga, seemed to have moved on, which might reopen that window for taking Higa.
Possibly. Would be good.
And I need to make another geisha and put her in Satsuma. Geisha. I got nothing to do here. No events popped up, so happy to end it here, Donkey.
Alright, cool. Well, in that case, thank you all very much for watching. Next time, you might be going on the offensive against Higo, and I will be going on the offensive against the Awaji. It's going to be good, because I don't think we had any battles this episode, so we'll have some battles next time. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day, and goodbye.
Goodbye.